You know, Michael, you look at the continued attacks from Russia on Ukrainian civilians in this effort to negotiate an end to this war. How serious do you think Russia is about ending this war? I mean, is there any way that they're going to stop efforts to having a Ukraine next door that is free, open, and fair?
Well, the attacks that you mentioned overnight speaks to what his intentions are, Putin's intentions are. I think this is what's driving President Trump crazy. And while you've seen Trump through the months express some exasperation with Vladimir Putin, he definitely has been exasperated, in particular over the last 10 days, certainly at the Pope's funeral, all the way through this week. The president's trying to invest his prestige and our national interest into better relations with Russia, but Russia keeps throwing on a bunch of preconditions in order to even get to a ceasefire, which to me was always a prelude to a larger peace negotiations. After all, it's Ukraine who says we're ready to go into a 30-day peace agreement or at least ceasefire instantaneously.
Yeah, and you know, Nathan, you look at what's happening here, and the administration is saying within the next week or so, we're going to know if this is an honest effort or we're going to walk away. After there is a walk away, if that does happen, how does the administration need to respond, and how do you think they'll respond?
Well, they need to put pressure on the party that's responsible for a breakdown in talks. And it's clear that that's Vladimir Putin. Ukraine has been ready for peace for months, for years, in fact. And how has Putin responded? Missiles. More massacres of Ukrainian civilians. And so I think the White House has been very patient with Russia, trying to entice them to the negotiating table, but it isn't working, right? Russia is responding to diplomatic outreach by the United States with more violence and more bloodshed, and that's got to stop. And I think this minerals deal that was just signed is an important step, and it comes at a really important time because it sends a clear signal to Russia: we're invested in Ukraine's future. We have a vested interest in Ukraine remaining sovereign and independent, and we're not going to simply abandon this country and let Russia have its way. That, I think, gives us leverage to really drive Russia to the negotiating table because they're the holdouts right now.